I just got out of watching highly anticipated 2022 movie Minions: The Rise of Gru. Okay, let's talk about it. So, I've come out of my, 6-month-long YouTube hiatus to post a review of this sensational movie, because it's been talked about online recently a lot. Much like Morbius, which also came out this year, it's been memed on social media a lot, which I think is highly deserved considering it's a sequel to the fucking horrific 2015 Minions movie. View counts and retention, probably high at the moment. So, yeah, here we go. But before we start off, if you do not know, it is me, the Big Lekrowski. I am your host today. Yeah, all the normal shit. If you like the video, then just subscribe, I guess, for more epic content like this, and follow my Letterboxd. I'm probably more active there than I am here. It's in the description. So let's get into the actual movie review. My biggest thought about this is, well, firstly, I didn't like it. The Despicable Me franchise is a very mixed bag, for me at least. I quite liked the first Despicable Me, as well as Despicable Me 3, however, Despicable Me 2 and Minions were a bit, I wasn't a big fan of them. So, you may be wondering, where does this come in the franchise for me? If we were to make a ranking of all 5 films, I would say it comes second last, as in, I think it comes above Despicable Me 2, but it's below the first Minions movie for me. Another thing that I definitely noticed from the start of the film, basically that there's like a gag in the intro. Mild spoiler, but it shouldn't be that much of a worry for you. If you're really sensitive, then just stop watching here, I guess, because this kind of thing's going to be happening a lot. There's like a gag in the first 5 minutes where it shows like the voice cast, but with like a James Bond kind of, you know, like the James Bond intros, right? It's basically just one of them, but with the Minions doing funny dance moves and Gru with his freeze ray, but he's just a shadow. But the thing was, I knew from this that this would be one of those movies like 2018's Venom, where there is so much Chinese influence in this movie. It is insane. I say this because the song used for this James Bond opening is a song in Chinese. This is obviously something that once the movie's out on digital, some fucking guys in their basement will use as an out-of-context clip, as well as many other clips in this movie. But what I'm saying is, from that, and also from the trailers, knowing that this story, this whatever story is here, it revolves around Kung Fu, and a majority of the movie, in its only 80 minutes, not including credits long runtime, it takes place in Chinatown. Another note on that, there is one bit set in a desert, and there's a sign, and I think it says vultures, but then it says something in Chinese, and I have absolutely no idea what it says. Also, I looked at Letterboxd on the bus ride home, and it appears that the countries involved in this were the USA, Japan, and I think France, which surprised me because that means that there is no Chinese involvement in this movie, which I find kind of suspicious, because it all seemed very, I don't know, just lots of Chinese influence everywhere, lots of Chinese text to the entire plot revolved around it, and what with China's sort of recent antics, it was a bit jarring, but that's enough political things. Let's get into how much I actually enjoyed the movie. I've outlined it earlier that I did not really like it that much. It's another one of those movies that came out in 2022 where I was quite enjoying it for the first 10 minutes, but then it kind of just, the quality of it just went like, ew. The first 10, 20, maybe 30 at a stretch minutes are like the funniest part of the movie, when it's just people doing weird, wacky shit, just funny things, kind of funny things, I mean. And it doesn't really serve the plot all that much, because the plot's writing is so bad that it kind of brings everything else down. Because that's what Illumination movies suffer from as most, because they don't need to try anymore. They just have all their money made for them. As well as this, a lot of the characters were very annoying, and so was the audience I was with actually. I'm in the UK, and we don't really have very many audience reactions over here, but I picked a screening which was at the same time as a bunch of a bunch of other school kids were in there, and we were all just clapping and cheering every 5 seconds, which was both annoying and also elevated the movie, because this for me is a 1.5 star movie, but I think if we didn't have the crowd, it would definitely be 1 star for me. It's a boring movie. It has bad writing, very bad writing. There are a couple 80s references, which, if you are a cool person, you will get them. Some flew over my head, and now I'm thinking about them, and now they kind of come back to me. There are the usual fart jokes and things, but for the most part the movie is quite funny, especially considering it's an Illumination movie. But the same thing with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 happened earlier this year, where it was funny, but that doesn't make the movie any better, just with a certain context. It all felt very sugar-coated. It's a 35 out of 100 movie for me, I think. But do go see it and form your own opinion. This movie's gonna make shitloads of money anyways, so this review definitely isn't making you reconsider or anything. You're gonna go see this anyway if you're watching this. But stay tuned, I guess, and I will see you all another time. It's a 36 out of 100 movie for me, yeah. Follow my letterboxd in the description, subscribe if you enjoyed. Goodbye.